My two of my 5 kids have moved out. One to Denver. He thinks Denver is it. It's it. Nashville is not, in my opinion, necessarily a good place for young kids. There's not enough things for them to do.
I agree with that.
Okay, and that's why they're all saying, well, we've got to spend more money in downtown. That's not going to bring the kids here. You know, if you're, when I moved there, they had all these clubs, disco clubs. You had, what, 4 or 5 disco clubs? My wife and I had fun going out to them.
Bahama Beach Club.
There's no more disco clubs. There's a beautiful club in the Holiday Inn. It's closed down because everybody sues everybody. Everybody sues. I like Nashua to be a family city. Affordable, not overtaxed, not overcrowded. They're talking about putting all these apartments, Clemens is talking about putting all these apartments in to expand the tax base. You know what expanding the tax base means? Pushing more and more people into smaller and smaller spaces. So there's more and more people paying taxes. That's what they mean by expanding the tax base. I like it, clean it out.
Yeah.
Have room to live. Don't have all this congestion.
Well, and that's one of the things too that you're talking about. Moving people into smaller spaces. I know that back in the day, people had huge families. My mom comes from 12 brothers and sisters. So they had a house that had 6 bedrooms, and you're lucky now if you can find something that has 4 bedrooms. And if you do, you're looking at $2,000 a month. Like it's just the prices are just
prices are very hard. Yeah,
it's so hard to be able to find something that if you need the space.
When I moved to the United States in 1953, there was 150 million people living in the United States, and most of them, just about all of them, lived along the 2 coasts, Atlantic coast and Pacific coast. Now there are 324 million people in the United States, and guess where they live? Atlantic coast and Pacific coast. That's the problem. It's getting more and more crowded, more and more congestion. I don't want to see Nashua going that way, but unfortunately, see this apartment over there? How are they going to get up and down Bread Street? How are they going to get up that congested bridge? How are they going to get down to downtown? They talk about workforce housing. Who's going to move into these workforce houses? That's the thing I don't like. And now you may say, I'm not up with the times. No, that's why I'm, look at you guys as kids.
You've seen it and done it. That's you've been around the block, so this isn't your first rodeo, as they say.
Yeah, I've traveled around the world quite a bit.
When we come back, we're going to have some more stuff here on Common Sense New Hampshire. I want to thank Fred Teeboom for being here. Good luck on your candidacy. Hope things work out well for you. When we come back, we have negative turning into a positive. We have some more stories that we're going to touch on. And again, Fred Teeboom, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
More stuff coming up here on Common Sense New Hampshire. We'll be back.
How about catch this?
Let me. Do you? It's going to be on the internet. Is there an email that we can send you, or Kim, if you can grab his email and stuff, and then we'll send you a link on the show. Yep. And then this is always, it's like on demand as well, so this will always be on the internet as well.
Hey New Hampshire, it's Mad Mike here. Join me and the crew each and every Sunday at 1 p.m. on Spreaker.com. You can also listen to the show on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and YouTube. Want to be part of the show? Give us a call, 603-217-5400.
Hey New Hampshire, it's yours truly, Kimber from Common Sense New Hampshire. Join the boss lady Erin D., Mad Mike, Bernie D., and myself every Sunday at 1 p.m. live on Spreaker.com. You can also listen to the show on demand on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and YouTube. If you want to be part of the show, call us at 603-217-5400.
I'm Barbara Favola. I'm chair of the Arlington County Board, and I'm a breast cancer survivor. In the summer of 2008, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was detected through a mammogram. I have been cancer-free for a year. Breast cancer now is not the doom and gloom diagnosis it used to be. Over 70% of breast cancer cases are first identified by women themselves doing self-examinations. More than 90% of breast cancer patients live at least 5 years or longer. Women can take charge of their health by doing their own self-examination, and if you catch it early, your prognosis for a healthy outcome is just so much greater. I hope you hear this message, I hope you act on this message, and I hope you give yourself a long, healthy life.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Cargo Pants Designer.
Mr. Cargo Pants Designer.
You finally gave us what we wanted, the military look, without all that bothersome drilling, marching, and shooting.
Fashion victory.
Is that a banana in your pocket? Yes, and an orange, and a pocket comb, and an extra set of keys, and my sunglasses.
Totally prepared now.
How many times have you been in a restaurant and thought, man, I wish I'd brought my own jar of mayonnaise. Now you can.
Yeah!
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh Prince of the Pockets. Some may fill your shoes, but no one can fill your pants.
Mr. Cargo Pants Designer.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you're looking for some live music and a little fun, then Perfect Entertainment, Nashua's best for DJs and karaoke selection, is your answer. Hailed by the Nashua Telegraph, they do it all from birthday parties to weddings to corporate events. Perfect Entertainment will provide entertainment your family and friends will remember for a lifetime. For more information, visit the Perfect Entertainment page on Facebook. You could also contact them at 247-6470. That's 247-6470.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
This Memorial Day, we salute you, Mr. Gasoline Barbecue Starter.
Mr. Gasoline Barbecue Starter.
Never mind charcoal chimneys and easy lighting briquettes. The only way to start a real barbecue is with a gallon of 93 octane and a big book of matches.
Light up the sky.
Who needs eyebrows? You're hungry, and you've got 7 pounds of lamb shanks ready to go.
That's a lot of kebabs.
You don't just defy convention. You defy warning labels and common sense.
Very low IQ.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh Prince of the Pyrotechnic, because no one makes a backyard mushroom cloud like you.
Mr. Gasoline Barbecue Starter.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, Cartersville, Georgia.
Welcome back. Common Sense New Hampshire. Our phone number is 603-217-5400. Wow, once again, we want to thank Fred Teeboom for being here. Now, I got to make this disclaimer. Common Sense New Hampshire is not endorsing any of the candidates. We're not endorsing Fred Teeboom. We're not endorsing Ben Clemens. All we're doing is we're just facilitating some of the information to fellow Nashua residents. And again, we want to thank Fred Teeboom. You got to hear his perspective on things on his candidacy. So there you go. But I just wanted to let you know that we're not endorsing anything. We just, again, we're just facilitators of what we do on the show. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so how's everybody doing?
I can't endorse anybody because I don't even live in Nashua, so. Right? That's
My in-laws
cross
do.
party lines, as they say. I don't know. I don't know politics. You know, politics to me is a way to start a war. So because you always go, he'll do this, they'll do that. You know, it's like what Trump did with Ching Chong Ching, whatever his name was. Like, that whole thing left abruptly. You know, people are like, bullshit, that family was bullshit, that he didn't do anything, that blamed that regime or dictatorship on the death of their kid, and so I just stay away from politics.
Here's the thing, you know, when you're running for office and you're making promises. Okay, look, I ran for school board here in Ashwa. I only lost by 250 votes, so I easily could have been a school board member. But let me tell you one thing right now. One of the things I've noticed when you're running for a particular political office, you have these goals that you tell people to vote, and this is what I'm planning on doing when I get there, and I'm proposing this, and I'm proposing whatever the situation is. When you finally get on board into that seat, it's totally different, because you have one mindset, and then all of a sudden all these other things appear that you have to deal with. So it's not, and a lot of people think, oh, you know, you promised that you're going to do this, and you promised you're going to do that. It's not that they're not keeping their promises. There's a time management thing when you're on a political, you know, when you're in the political arena. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's very different from running when you're a candidate for something, and then you're finally on the board or in that position. They're two different beasts. And you know, speaking from experience, I know what that's all about. So
it's like, I can't understand why people run for president. I really don't get it, because you are just bombarded with more bullshit than nobody can agree on. Like, you win, but half the people that didn't vote on you, don't agree with anything you do. They can never go, all right, he's our president, we have to back him. No, I didn't vote for him. This is why this country is so divided.
And again, I'm making the disclaimer, our opinions and personal views do not reflect the show in its entirety. But I will say this: have you ever looked at a picture of our previous president, President Obama, when he first started running? The first day when he became president, 8 years, in the last picture that he was,
he looked like he aged 15 years.
And you look at it, it's every president goes through that.
Every president does, yeah.
George Bush, George Jr., George Sr., Bill Clinton even. Bill Clinton, you see these differences.
You see Bill now,
the level of stress and responsibility on one person's shoulders really does make an impact.
It is. You're one person, and you have the whole weight of a country on your shoulders, as you mentioned. It's a lot of.
I think you got more than just a country. The whole freaking world is looking at you.
That's true too. Yeah.
Fred, I wanted to ask you what your favorite curse word was, but I didn't get to that. That's it would have been interesting.
I think it might have been golly gee or shucks.
No, he said hell once.
Oh, he did? Oh. Dirty words.
You heard it here. You heard it here at Common Sense, New Hampshire.
Oh, my God.
But it's, you know, I don't know. You know.
It'll never change, by the way.
Oh, it'll never change is one thing. It'll never change. The one thing that you were bringing about, you know, a lot of people say, well, Donald Trump is not our president. He's not my president. I didn't vote for him. He's not my president. Well, you know what? Get over it, because he is your president. Mm-hmm. I've said this on the show time and time again. There are some things that he does well, and there's a lot of things that he does that make you go, what? Huh?
If they took that energy...
I respect him that he is our president. I will give him that respect, because, again, he's the leader of our country.
If the people would take all that negative energy against our president and focus making it change, this country would be so better off. You know what? We can't do certain things your way or my way because of financial or whatever. You know, I want to go buy a boat. I can't do it. You know, I've been preaching it my whole friggin' life. I want a boat. I financially can't do it. There's some things that politicians can't